1928 Georgia Tech Golden Tornado Football Team. 1928 Georgia Tech Golden Tornado Football Team represented the Georgia Institute of Technology, commonly known as Georgia Tech, during the 1928 Southern Conference football season. The team, which was a member of the Southern Conference SoCon, was coached by William Alexander in his 9th year as head coach. Alexander compiled a record of 10-0-7-0 SoCon and outscored his opponents 213-40. Georgia Tech played its home games at Grant Field. The team was selected national champion by Berryman, Billingsley, Boand, Football Research, Helms, Houlgate, NCF, Polling, and Sagarin ELO-Chess, while Parke Davis named them co-champion as shared with Detroit. Additionally, USC also earned recognition under the Dickinson System. USC declined the 1929 Rose Bowl invitation, resulting in a matchup of California and Georgia Tech. The game was decided by a safety, which was scored after Cal's Roy Wrongway Riegels ran 65 yards 59 m in the wrong direction. Several Georgia Tech players received postseason honors. Captain and center Peter Pund was a consensus All-American. Coach Newt Rockne said of Techie's 13-0 defeat of Notre Dame, "I sat at Grant Field and saw a magnificent Notre Dame team suddenly recoil before the furious pounding of one-man Peter Pund." Tackle Frank Spear was also selected as a first-team All-American by the Associated Press. Before the season, after the defeat of the Georgia Bulldogs' 1927 Dream and Wonder team, Georgia Tech returned all but one of its key players. Alabama coach Wallace Wade said Georgia Tech, Georgia, and Vanderbilt had the best chances of winning a Southern title. Georgia Tech head coach William Alexander held daily scrimmages. The Golden Tornado was led by center and senior captain Peter Pund, who was never penalized and was a key player on defense. Halfback Warner Meisel headed a powerful backfield that also included Stumpy Thomason and Father Lumpkin. Schedule. Season summary. VMI. Georgia Tech opened the season on October 6 with a 13-0 defeat of the VMI Keydets, in a game marred by fumbles in every quarter. Tech gained 307 yards and VMI 159. The Georgia Tech line tore the VMI line to shreds, and all members of the backfield played well. W.R. Titchener was umpire. Georgia Tech's starting lineup was Holland left end, Thrash left tackle, Westbrook left guard, Pund center, Drennan right guard, Spear right tackle, Waddy right end, Durant quarterback, Meisel left halfback, Thomason right halfback, and Randolph fullback. Chilane. In the second week of play, Georgia Tech scored twice on forward passes to beat the Chilane Green Wave 12-0. The first one came in the second quarter. Warner Meisel threw a 25-yard 23-m pass to Tom Jones. The second came in the fourth quarter on a pass from Dunlap to Stumpy Thomason. Georgia Tech started the second half of the game with a fierce drive down to the 1-yard 91 line when Randolph fumbled the ball away. Notre Dame. Georgia Tech next defeated coach Newt Rockne's Notre Dame Fighting Irish 13-0. Father Lumpkin intercepted 2 Irish passes, setting up the winning score by running the second interception down to the 3-yard 7-m line. After the game, Coach Rockne said, "I sat at Grant Field and saw a magnificent Notre Dame team suddenly recoil before the furious pounding of one-man Peter Pund. Nobody could stop him. I counted 20 scoring plays that this man ruined." Rockne later also wrote of an attack on his coaching in the Atlanta Journal, "I am surprised that a paper of such fine, high standing as yours would allow a zipper to write in his particular vein." The article by Fuzzy Woodruff was not called for. Techie's backfield coach Don Miller was a former player of Rockne's, one of the Four Horsemen. As Coach Alexander explained, Coach Miller knows the Notre Dame offense of Knute Rockne as well as any man alive. It's virtually the same offense that Kid Woodruff has at Georgia. Georgia Techie's starting lineup was Holland left end, Mary left tackle, Westbrook left guard, Pund center, Drennan right guard, Spear right tackle, Waddy right end, Durant quarterback, Meisel left halfback, Tomason right halfback, and Randolph fullback. North Carolina. The Golden Tornado then invaded North Carolina for the first time and beat the Tar Heels 27. Georgia Tech started the game with its second stringers, which seemed to perform sufficiently. 4 minutes into the game, Earl Dunlap hit Tom Jones with a 55-yard 50-m touchdown pass. The next score came when Fitzgerald cut back on a 37-yard 34-m touchdown run. The third was a short run Dunlap set up by a pass to Holland. In the second half, Tech made 2 first downs to 10 for North Carolina. Georgia Techie's starting lineup was Jones left end, Watkins left tackle, Westbrook left guard, Pund center, Drennan right guard, Spear right tackle, Waddy right end, Durant quarterback, Meisel left halfback, Tomason right halfback, and Randolph fullback. Oglethorpe. Georgia Tech defeated the local Oglethorpe Stormy Petrels 32-7. Light rain kept the attendance at 8,000. After a 7-7 tie in the first half, the Petrels were smothered under an avalanche of off-tackle plays in the second. Cy Bell was Oglethorpe's star. Stumpy Tomason had multiple long gains. Tech gained 320 yards 290 m to Oglethorpe's 62 yards 57 m. W.R. Titchener was umpire. Georgia Techie's starting lineup was Jones left end, Thrash left tackle, Edwards left guard, Pund center, Brooke right guard, Spear right tackle, Waddy right end, Durant quarterback, Wilson left halfback, Tomason right halfback, and Randolph fullback. Vanderbilt. Georgia Tech ended the Jimmy Armistead-led Vanderbilt Commodores' hopes of a Southern title with a 19-7 victory. The ground gaining of Tomason, Lumpkin, and Meisel carried Georgia Tech. Georgia Techie's first touchdown came on a 45-yard 41-m pass from Tom Jones to Warner Meisel on a triple pass play. Georgia Techie's next score came on an end run from Meisel. Vanderbilt's lone score came on an 85-yard 78-m run by lineman Bull Brown after picking up a Stumpy Tomason fumble. The last score was a short run by Lumpkin. W.R. Titchener was field judge. Georgia Techie's starting lineup was Jones left end, Mary left tackle, Westbrook left guard, Pund center, Drennan right guard, Spear right tackle, Waddy right end, Shulman quarterback, Meisel left halfback, Lumpkin right halfback, and Randolph fullback. Alabama. Tech defeated Coach Wallace Wade's Alabama Crimson, tied 33-13, scoring 3 times in the final period, to break a 13-13 tie at the half. Coach Alexander gave his team a fiery halftime speech, drawing up defensive plays. Warner Meisel scored first when he went back to punt, but fumbled the snap and picked it up and ran it 75 yards 69 m. In the fourth quarter, Alabama drove to Techie's 32-yard 29 m line when Tony Home, who had been playing his greatest game, suffered a fractured rib. Georgia Tech took over and the deadlock was eventually broken when Stumpy Tomason ran 46 yards 42 m. Later, Meisel passed to Tomason for another touchdown. The final score came on an interception from Bob Durant, returned 55 yards 50 m. Georgia Techie's starting lineup was Jones left end, Mary left tackle, Westbrook left guard, punt center, Drennan right guard, Spear right tackle, Waddy right end, Durant quarterback, Meisel left halfback, Thomason right halfback, and Randolph fullback. Auburn. Prior to the rivalry game with Auburn, Meisel was stricken with the flu. Tech still won 51-0. Georgia Tech's starting lineup was Jones left end, Mary left tackle, Westbrook left guard, punt center, Drennan right guard, Watkins right tackle, Waddy right end, Shulman quarterback, Fiast left halfback, Lumpkin right halfback, and Randolph fullback. Georgia. In the final game of the regular season, Georgia Tech defeated the rival Georgia Bulldogs 26. In the third period, Stumpy Thomason twisted for a 42-yard 38-m run after an exchange of punts. Lumpkin ran through the line for 15 yards 14-m and the ensuing touchdown to lead 14-6. The same week, the Tennessee Volunteers upset the high-scoring Florida Gators to give Georgia Tech the only claim to the Southern Championship. Georgia Tech's starting lineup was Jones left end, Watkins left tackle, Westbrook left guard, punt center, Drennan right guard, Thrash right tackle, Waddy right end, Durant quarterback, Meisel left halfback, Thomason right halfback, and Lumpkin fullback. Postseason. California. Under the Dickinson System, USC was recognized as #1, but the 1929 Rose Bowl was contested between the #2 and #3 teams, California and Georgia Tech. The game was decided by a safety scored after California center Roy "Wrong-Way" Riegels ran 65 yards 59-m in the wrong direction, having picked up a fumble by Stumpy Thomason. 30 yards 27-m from Techie's end zone, Riegels was turned around and ran many yards in the wrong direction. Riegels told the Associated Press, "I was running toward the sidelines when I picked up the ball. I started to turn to my left toward Techie's goal. Somebody shoved me and I bounded right off into a tackler. In pivoting to get away from him, I completely lost my bearings." Teammate and quarterback Benny Lom chased Riegels, screaming at him to stop. Known for his speed, Lom finally caught up with Riegels at California's 3-yard 2.7-m line and tried to turn him around, but he was immediately rushed by a wave of Georgia Tech players and tackled by Frank Waddy and Vance Mary at the 1-yard 0.91-m line. The Bears chose to punt rather than risk a play so close to their own end zone, but Mary blocked Lom's punt for a safety, giving Tech a 2-0 lead. During Roy's wrong-way run, Coach Alexander told his excited players, who were jumping near the team's bench, "Sit down. Sit down. He's just running the wrong way. Every step he takes is to our advantage." Broadcaster Graham McName, who was commentating the game on radio, said during Riegels' run, "What am I seeing? What's wrong with me? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Am I crazy?" After the play, Riegels was so distraught he had to be persuaded to return to the game for the second half by his head coach Nibs Price. Riegels said, "Coach, I can't do it. I've ruined you, I've ruined myself. I've ruined the University of California. I couldn't face that crowd to save my life." Coach Price responded by saying, "Roy, get up and go back out there. The game is only half over." Riegels did play on. He turned in a strong second-half performance, including blocking a Georgia Tech punt. Lom passed for a touchdown and kicked the extra point, but that was not enough. Georgia Tech won the game and its second national championship 8-7. Its starting lineup was Waddy left end, Spear left tackle, Drennan left guard, punt center, Westbrook right guard, Mary right tackle, Jones right end, Durant quarterback, Thomason left halfback, Meisel right halfback, and Lumpkin fullback. Awards and honors. Individual. Several Georgia Tech players received postseason honors. Tackle Frank Spear was selected as a first-team All-American by the Associated Press. Center Peter Pund was recognized as a consensus All-American. Halfback Warner Meisel was a second-team All-American and first-team All-Southern. Ends Tom Jones and Frank Waddy, tackle Vance Mary, and guard Raleigh Drennan were also placed on All-Southern teams. Coach Alexander called Drennan the best all-around guard that ever put a cleat into Grant Field. National champions. Both USC and Georgia Tech claimed national championships for 1928. Georgia Tech was retroactively selected as the national champion by the Berryman QPRS system, Billingsley Report, owned system, College Football Researchers Association, Helms Athletic Foundation, Houlgate system, National Championship Foundation, polling system, and Jeff Sagarin's ELO-Chess methodology system, and as a co-national champion by Parke Davis. In honor of the Rose Bowl victory, Stumpy Thomason was given a bear cub by a local businessman. He grew attached to it, would drive it around town, and feed it Coca-Cola. Personnel. Depth chart. The following chart depicts Techie's lineup during the 1928 season with games started at the position shown in parentheses. The chart mimics the offense after the jump shift has taken place. Letterman. Line. Source. Backfield. Source. Substitutes. Line. Source. Backfield. Source. Coaching staff. Head coach William Alexander. Backfield coach Don Miller. Line coach Bill Fincher. End coach Captain Robinson. Managers L. J. Harris, L. R. Leach. Endnotes.